It's Tuesday of week 1 of this Prostitution and Genealogy project that I'm doing this summer. I've already hit some snags. Well, not snags, but maybe disappointments is a better way. I got my little bag because I'm here at my office, and this book is actually not on the reading list for week 1, and that is because I already did my 2 books for the week. So the reading list, let me grab my journal. I only have 2 books for week 1, but remember that I had these like bonus books at the bottom. So the 2 books for week 1 are Harlots, Whores, and Hackabouts by Kate Lister, and then Horror Stories by Tyler Stoddard Smith. That was supposed to be like the intro foundations while I was getting the project set up. In addition to the reading, I'm doing things like exploring. I'm looking for journal articles. I'm looking for record sets. Like, I'm doing things on the computer. So it's not always just going to be reading. And that's why I had a relatively light first week. Anyway, it's Tuesday. I started yesterday and I read both of these books yesterday, which is like good news, bad news. I've got 45 plus books on the list. I actually added 2 more last night. And so that's a lot to get through in one summer, but it's not like 45 college textbooks. A lot of these books are kind of fluffy, and so I'm gonna get through them pretty fast. And then because I'm looking at American prostitution between 1750 and 1950, it's really easy to tell if there's part of the book that doesn't apply. And that's what happened with both of these books. So just checking in. This first one, I wanted to start with it just because it was such a pretty book. I will do a whole book review separately, but this one only had basically an introduction and then 1 chapter on American prostitution. It's incredibly Eurocentric. I didn't realize that. So it was interesting, but it didn't apply directly to my project. So I skim read a whole lot of it and then read like this 1 chapter really carefully. And then this book, I'm going to do a whole book review on this one too. This book sucks and I'm really irritated by it, and I will follow that. I mean, you can watch the review, but what this is just really short profiles. Like, here's one of prostitutes. Half of the prostitutes in the book are men. That's not why it sucked, but because of that, like, I didn't need to read any of those profiles. And then a ton of them weren't in America, or they didn't fall between 1750 and 1950. In fact, everybody who was a woman in America between 1750 and 1950, I put a tab on. So that's it. You can see that most of the book was me skimming through and thinking, okay, not that, not that. Normally I would have at least been interested in the book. This is really poorly written, but I will do a whole book report. Anyway, so that took care of all of the reading for this week. So that means that I have lots of extra time to look for record sets and stuff like that, and that's fine. But it also meant that I was able to pull from my stack of bonus books. This is exactly why I have a stack of bonus books, because this always happens. Like, let's say I got ahead with week 1, and so I'm like, oh, well, I'll just start week 2 now. Sometimes I do that, and then I read too far ahead, and then I get comfortable that I'm so far ahead, so that I end up actually falling behind. It just messes everything up. I like to have a really structured, like, this is week 1, this is week 2. And then if I find any extra time, that's when I jam in the bonus books. And I kind of picked bonus books on purpose that were, no matter when I read them, they would add to whatever I was learning. So I picked Daughters of Joy, Sisters of Misery out of the bonus books pile, and I'm only that far into it. It's really good so far. So I'm glad for the bonus book. I'm just, I was disappointed, really disappointed with that second one. And then the first book is really well written. Again, I'll do a whole review. I was just disappointed that so little of it was about America, because I didn't realize that when I bought it. So I went through, I tabbed, I highlighted, and then I added notes in after I'd found stuff. I don't have my notepad right in front of me, but there were like archives and things that were cited in the first book that I now want to follow up on. So that's the sort of stuff that went into my like scribble notebook, because this is stuff that I wanted to like keep in my research notebook. That stuff is more like a note for me this summer so that I can continue to do my research. So the research project is coming along swimmingly. It was a bummer to do back to back, like, oh, this is a good book, but it doesn't apply to me, and this book just stinks. So anyway, that's how it's going so far.